insult, not an assault, and had hoped for a much shorter sentence. Well, staying with law enforcement now, but shifting back here to the U.S. and the FBI. The agency has more than 31,000 employees, and when you picture one of them, you might think of someone carrying a weapon, working the streets, chasing down criminals. But as Deb Fayrick reports, many FBI employees are armed with intelligence rather than guns.
FBI international terrorism analyst Jennifer Ruiz knew right away she was onto something.
I found something just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, and I said this has to be something that is going to lead us somewhere and give us a big break. So I presented it to the case agents, and they loved it.
Ruiz does not carry a gun, but does arm investigators with intelligence about crime in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet republics.
To paint a picture.
Her colleague Summer Ives specializes in terror financing.
The agents work more the operational side of what's going on. We're on the intelligence side and more focused on analyzing the trends and patterns.
In other words, the big picture. And this is the new face of the FBI. Since 9/11, a 150% jump in the number of intelligence analysts whose primary mission is to think outside the box. That includes terrorism financing, human trafficking, money laundering, and cybercrime, all connected, says Supervisory Agent Karen Lawrence.
The bad guys don't really separate themselves out by, well, I only do international terrorism. I do not engage in other criminal activity. Obviously, they're doing whatever they need to do. So,
and that's really what you're charged with doing, is simply connecting all the dots.
There's absolutely no question that we are much safer today.
Teresa Carlson is one of the top agents heading up the FBI's intelligence division in New York.
The analyst is looking at it from, this is what we don't know. These are the things that we need to, in addition, go out and find out. They may not be an element of the crime that the agent's looking for. He's looking to prove his elements of the crime, but it's all this other stuff that is helpful in us building a big picture of monitoring the threat and being able to neutralize the threat across the board.
The Patriot Act and new Attorney General guidelines have given the FBI more authority to collect intelligence. Both have been criticized. But these analysts say the Bureau has benefited due to greater cooperation between intelligence agencies, something taboo in the past.
These are the IT targets that we currently have.
For teacher turned cyber analyst Suruchi Chen, the difference is huge.
To say, I'm working with 23 other countries, it's pretty awesome.
In the end, it all boils down to better communication. Not only do you have these intelligence analysts teaming up with investigators, but within the last few months, the FBI has added another layer of analysts who look at all cases everywhere in an attempt to make even more connections. All that information then goes back to executives at headquarters. Deborah Fayrick, CNN, New York.
Today's shout-out goes out to Miss Farrell's journalism class.